Hey, what's up, y'all? YouTube land, what is happening? Yet again, this is CC Talk. So I hope everyone's feeling well and doing well out there. I just want to stop in a little bit to do more talk about this whole Kristoff St. John passing, as well as kind of like do like a mini PSA about it as well. First and foremost, today, February 6th, 2019. This will be his last episode on YNR. So for those of y'all that have DVRs, watch replays on Pop TV, if you have cable in demands like CBS On Demand, or if you have the CBS All Access Pass on your cell phones, and there's a way you could stream it on to your television sets, please watch this episode. This is his last performance, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the editors, the producers, the network overall decided to do with his final scenes that are going to be viewed as his final scenes. Because I'm willing to bet he probably had more episodes, but because of his passing, they're probably going to reshoot things. They're going to probably reshoot some things and move forward with Devon and Lily and the grandchildren and the rest of Neil's family, the rest of the Winters Barber family. Nevertheless, there's also going to be a tribute episode on February 8th, I think, and February 8th, 2019, on Friday. So same thing, DVR, catch it on demand, watch it on the CBS All Access Pass, whatever you need to do in order to watch it. I'm being honest, I'm kind of nervous how this is going to be because that's a very short window. Because he died over the weekend, and now the tribute episode is coming on Friday. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know how long it took before we got the Jeannie Cooper tribute episode after her passing. Nevertheless, I just want his episode to be as amazing as possible for his tribute. Treat it with love and care. Do not denigrate this man's memory, please, goodness. And keep it classy and just make it look great. You know what I mean? Because again, this man's is one of the most finest performers, not just in Y&R, but in all of soaps. I mean, he has the 2 Emmys to prove it. Just treat his legacy, proper as possible. You get my point? Nevertheless, that's that. Okay, so I was watching the talk the other day on demand, and as you all know, Sheryl Underwood is a big soap opera fan. She loves her soaps, okay? Probably more than Oprah at this point. Every time when soap stars come on the talk, she is like a kid in the candy store. She's beaming with joy. She was talking about the whole Kristoff St. John death, and she mentioned something along the lines of he may have died of a broken heart. That would not surprise me none, because I've heard of this sort of thing several times. Because y'all remember the woman who was in all those Star Wars movies, uh, and she was in all those Star Wars movies, and then she passed away uh, unexpectedly, and then her mom, who did not take the news well, died like I think the next day, which was it was just like boom boom, and everybody was like, what the hell, it was crazy, it was wild, and that was just like, oh, it was terrible. But I just want to say this is why I say also that taking care of your mental health is very important. It's just as important as you taking care of everything else within your body. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you don't take care of your mind first, everything else is going to be affected. And I'm not saying that he didn't try to, especially from the time when his son passed on and the months after, but there was a lot of other things that he went through. He ended up trying to sue the people that said that his son committed suicide, and then after that, I think didn't he go through a divorce to his children's mother not too long after, and then he found love again eventually. But then, as you all know, last year he took some time off because he went through some sort of situation that caused him to be sidelined. Then they brought him back, and he tried to get back into the fold of acting again, and blah blah blah. So I feel like I said, if you don't deal with your mental health, stress, depression, other mental health illnesses or whatever that might be going on, it will eventually deal with you. Trust and believe that. And I know a lot of times within my community of people, considering I am black, there is a lot of times within our community we have a tendency of like, oh, if we just go to church and pray it away, it'll just go away. I'm not downplaying it, nor I'm denigrating that, but I feel like you got to take it a step further too. Talking to someone professional and trying to work through it to get through those leaps and bounds of hurt is so vital. And again, I don't know these people. I don't even know him. He might have tried to do that, but we don't even know if the pain was so great of him losing his son at the time. He never just came out of it. Maybe his work was his therapy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you delve yourself into other things and that's your therapy. And but suffering in silence like that, if he did suffer in silence, can be so difficult. Because trust and believe, when my sister passed away back in 2008, early 2008, that was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with. Hardest thing I had to deal with. It was painful. I went through like a deep depression for a couple of years with that. Because one, it was a death that I wasn't expecting at all. And two, it was just like my sister practically raised me, as like the older woman figure, because when our mother passed away, she stepped up. So it was almost like she had to do the dual role situation. Like, yeah, she's my sister, but at the same time, she's kind of like, a mother in a sense. That might sound a little weird and a little ick for some of you all, but I don't give a fuck. That's how I looked at it. So when she died, it was like I almost lost like a second mother in a sense. So I can understand what pain he might have went through at the time, losing his son, and considering his son was his firstborn child, it just, that sort of thing might just weigh on you so hard, it does. And there's something to be said when your child dies before you. I mean, you all have heard that whole thing. When your child dies before you, it's just, it messes with your head. It really does. I've seen parents go through that sort of thing, and it seems like they never really fully recover mentally because they have lost their child. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might move on, but that pain of losing your child and the fact that your child went before you, it just never goes away. It's like a permanent scar. And we don't know how much of a permanent scar that was to him. You know what I'm saying? We'll never know. But it's sad. It's really sad to think about and even talk about. But like I said, if you are going through some sort of mental situation, you recognize it, and you talk to someone first within your family unit, or if you don't really have the greatest family unit talking about this sort of thing, talk to a friend that will definitely help and be a support system. And then try to work your way up into talking to someone professional. Because, one more time, if you don't deal with it, it will definitely deal with you. So, anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. So, again, check out his final episode today, Wednesday, February 6th, 2019. And also check out the tribute, February 8th, 2019. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace for now. Be well, everyone.